Coming up on Cardinals Insider, a fan favorite is back in St. Louis. Hear what Jon Jay is doing for the current Cardinal outfielders.
The group is very talented, and they're young and they're hungry, which is what I love.
Plus, have you been drinking your milk? Because Masyn Winn has.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, I grew out the little mustache I have for it.
And later, Brendan Donovan shows off his tools of the trade.
To have my own shoe, it just feels special.
Those stories and more on a brand new Cardinals Insider, and it starts right now. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Jon Jay has always been a fan favorite here in St. Louis. He's a 2011 world champion and was the type of gritty player Cardinal fans love to pull for. The Miami native is back in town as a member of Ollie Marmol's coaching staff, working mostly with the outfielders.
In the air to left, well hit. Back is Craig. What a team. What a ride. The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.
Well, it's been great. My whole career started here. If it wasn't for St. Louis, I wouldn't have been able to play as long as I did and all that. So it's just been great being back with the birds and the bat, and a lot of great memories, and just trying to have an impact now on this team now. Having some familiarity with the staff. Pop was my manager in the minor leagues, and I've gotten to know Ollie over the years. Obviously, my relationship with Daniel. So that was a lot of familiarity, and just being able to chance to come back to St. Louis and make an impact here.
Now please join me in welcoming back to St. Louis assistant coach Jon Jay.
Yeah, opening day was special, especially being with Daniel here. It's something we always talked about is, playing together, which we got to do again, and then obviously coaching together. We've talked about that for a long time, and to be able to do it. And opening day in St. Louis is just so special. So to be able to share that moment with him and my family, his family, it was a great day.
Lifted into shallow center. Jay diving. He comes up with the first out here in the ninth.
For me, a good outfielder has good instincts. They have good feel. They know the game situation, but they get good jumps out there. And I think that's something that we really harped on this spring training, and the guys have been taking that to heart. So I like the progress they've made so far, and hopefully continue that. Part of my pregame routine is I'll watch the opposing team. I'll watch them, their line drives and their fly balls, and kind of where they hit the ball, and just kind of have a mental game plan. And then, our analytics department does a great job with, our algorithms and all that smart stuff that goes behind positioning. So I'll take that information and kind of make some notes and see what I think with that. And then the outfields are great. We go through a routine where we'll cover ground balls, fly balls, just different things, throwing. During the game, I'm just watching what our pitcher's doing, how our catcher's calling the game, just kind of seeing the elements of the game, right? Is there wind, is there sun? All these little things that go into outfield positioning, and then just having conversations with the guys of what they're seeing, what I'm seeing, and just coming up with a game plan to make sure that nothing falls out there. The group is very talented, and they're young and they're hungry, which is what I love. They're ready to work every single day, which is, they're meeting me halfway, which is all I ask. So it's been a ton of fun working with them.
On Saturday, June 21st, Missouri Farmers Care are sending 10,000 kids home with a Masyn Winn growth poster. Here's a behind the scenes as Masyn puts on that famous milk mustache.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, I grew out the little mustache I have for it, so I was pretty excited. I know Wayno told me about it and Lars told me about it, so I thought it'd be cool to be a part of. I got a milkshake, put it up to my mouth, got a nice layer of a white mustache, and took some pics. It was fun. And you see a lot of pictures growing up of funny pictures and funny shoots, so to be able to be a part of them now is pretty cool to me.
Do you know what this is going to be used for?
I have no idea. I think it's a growth chart, right, or something like that?
Yeah, so it's going to be a kid's growth poster. So kids are going to have this picture printed out of you, up on the
Oh,
board.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Well, I'm not that tall, so they're going to have to probably supersize me, I guess.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider, Brendan Donovan shows us the gear he uses on both sides of the ball.
They gave me creativity on it, and I was like, I'm not a creative person, but I do know I want my feet to feel good. And over the course of 162 games, my feet don't hurt with these.
Brendan Donovan has been one of the best players in baseball so far this year. And over the winter, he invited our cameras to his home for a look at how he trains. Here's some bonus content from that visit as Donnie shows off his gear.
This year I played more games than I ever have, so I usually let my body tell me when, and it usually turns into like when I start driving alley crazy. That's usually when I just start working down in the barn a little more often. I started in December this year. You don't want to start too early because then you just kind of spinning your tires. We try to make all training like pattern based, so when you do get out on the field, you're not just training in a box. Your brain just knows what to do.
We want to train Brendan like all different angles, right? So when he's pushing off or he's chasing the ball down or flipping his hips, like we want to make sure his body's ready to go to do all those movements as explosive as he can.
Let's see the bear crawl. I'm gonna tell you, this bear crawl, he's probably top 3 in the country in bear crawls, I'm gonna call it. Everything's smooth, look at that.
All right, Donnie, we're gonna go with the 3D strap. Yeah, power.
I feel good. I feel like we're really trending in the right direction. The work has been clean, and I mean, I got a great team around me. That's the biggest thing. If you don't have a great team around you, then you're not going to be ready. And there's also something mental to that too. It takes less off your plate. They just keep you accountable and keep you going in the right direction.
Blue.
That's why sometimes like the hitting is a little lighter, but the lifting is a little, it's all about managing workload. Just keep going. To have my own shoe, like it just feels special, something that I can be very proud to wear. And when someone asks you, hey, what are those? I tell them the story. Skechers and I were hand in hand at building this cleat kind of from scratch. Pretty proud to work with them because they do a fantastic job, but also like I'm just as invested in this cleat as I feel like they are because they gave me creativity on it, and I was like, I'm not a creative person, but I do know I want my feet to feel good. And over the course of 162 games, my feet don't hurt with these. This is they're all reds, all red. I've never had like an all red cleat before, but I thought they really popped. They have a gold bottom. I love to wear these with the City Connect, or they can really go with any of our uniforms. Grays, wear these with the gray uniforms, and last year I was really loving wearing my pants up, so gave a good visual of the cleat. And then these are probably the ones that I wear the most. Just an all white with red, you can see how they're all very similar. Just kind of the same concept, but I do love these because they just pop. Man, Rawlings, just so honored to be with them. Stevie Cohen, you do a great job. So these come out when we wear the powder blues. They put Donnie on it, I think that's pretty cool. So I'll roll out like a white pair, a gray pair for the road, an all navy, and then these. Those will be the 4 that I have this year. Old Hickory, I have the model BD33. I've used this model for a long time.
Coming up, a prank that will have you smiling.
Were you sitting there good the whole time?
You know, I've always wanted to have some land. I've always kind of wanted to have my own space, my own training facility. To just walk out morning, night, whatever it is, and just look around, I think that's just my way of just being appreciative. Still building. It's January.
Oh no, you're in a good place.
I feel good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Every season, players shoot a scoreboard headshot. That's the cool video that plays on the scoreboard when they come to the plate. This year, Alec Burleson got quite a surprise when he shot his.
Yeah, so kind of like a slow motion swing, you know, like almost like 10% speed.
By looking at the camera or just watching the swing?
I feel like you'll like know exactly where, yeah. Okay, and action.
Alright. What is that?
Perfect. That's great. And that you got it.
Okay. What the heck?
Perfect. That's all we needed.
That was a joke. Were you sitting there good the whole time? Oh my goodness. What the heck?
Yeah, that makes sense on these cameras.
Let's do the I was wondering what you were doing.
Alright, so this time I'm going to be...
No more green screen people. Yeah.
University of Oklahoma product Jimmy Crooks was the 2024 Cardinal Minor League Position Player of the Year. The catcher calls games behind the plate and rakes when he picks up the bat too. That's why Jimmy is the subject of this week's Farm Report.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Crooks. I'm a catcher in the St. Louis Cardinals organization.
Goodbye, Jimmy Crooks, on top of the training facility.
I'm just, doing my thing, just trying to stay comfortable. I think the best thing was that I was playing the game that I always wanted to do, and, that's the level I want to be at, and, I just not going to be satisfied with it. Just got to keep working and trying to climb up.
AA Springfield catcher Jimmy Crooks named the Cardinals Organizational Player of the Year for 2024.
It was awesome. I mean, it's all hard work that I put in, and it was a good accolade to have. My family loved it too, so it was great, but more or less just going to keep working.
1-1, Cerna on the run, pitch inside, Crooks down to second, it's a strike, and Jimmy Crooks controlling the run game.
The pitcher's job is pretty stressful as it is. They're on the middle of the diamond, so they have all the spotlight, so my job is just to keep them comfortable, make them relax because they don't need that. Being on the good side, being the somewhat bigger brother for them, and taking care of them, and just know what their strengths and weaknesses are, and just attack hitters.
Crooks drives one in the air to deep right center field. This one is gone, and Crooks keeps cooking.
I've had a couple incidents where I'm trying to play catcher while I'm swinging, which is not really the key to hitting, but you have to stick with your approach and do what you need to do, and hitting's going to come, but with catching you can control everything.
And the 1-0 pitch is a swing and a high drive to left center field. Turning around, it's gone!
Just getting after it. I mean, that's just a goal for me, and being a hard-nosed player, just being a dirtbag, just getting after it and doing my thing and doing what I need to do for what's best for the team.
I love golf, and if you do too, then circle September 4th on your calendar. That day is the 33rd annual Ted Savage Golf Classics, which benefits Cardinals Care. This year's tournament also serves as the kickoff to the 1985 reunion and Cardinals Hall of Fame weekend. We've never done anything quite like it, and I'm positive you won't want to miss it. Golfers get great food, prizes, and a chance to meet and interact with Cardinals alumni.
It's not a hole-in-one.
Like me. It will truly be a special day on Thursday, September 4th at beautiful Whitmore Country Club in St. Charles, Missouri. Visit cardinals.com/golf to register and see all the details.
Still on deck, there's no night like Friday night, especially at Busch Stadium.
Any fan in the ballpark can come up and party with us. You don't need a special ticket.
More on that in just a moment.
There's plenty of detail to take in when you walk through the gates of Busch Stadium to experience Cardinals baseball. And we've got you covered to catch all the details about this year's team with the Cardinals Media Guide. Take home a piece of the game day experience with a wide collection of stats, backgrounds, and bios on everyone from budding prospects to franchise all-stars. Don't miss out on the best way to commemorate your visit to baseball heaven in the Gateway City. Pick up yours today at cardinals.com/media guide or stop by the Cardinals team store inside Busch Stadium.
Friday nights at Busch Stadium have been transformed for 2025. Fun, food, and a little baseball are making Busch Stadium the best place in town to start your weekend.
Hey, I'm Megan Eberhardt, Director of Fan Engagement here at the St. Louis Cardinals, and I am so excited to share with you our new initiative for 2025, Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. We know that Cardinals fans love to kick off the weekend Friday night here at the ballpark, and so we wanted to enhance the experience by offering $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $6 margaritas, and have a great experience with live music. It's just a party atmosphere up here in the Budweiser Terrace. Each week we'll have new live music, so we have a DJ that's in-house every Friday up in the Crown Bar, but then on the stage we also have live music. Sometimes it's themed towards our special theme nights. We have bag games, yard games, we have great photo ops, fun Instagrammable moments for those people that love social media. So if you want to come up to Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium, come find us in Budweiser Terrace, located on the 4th level in right field. It has a fantastic view of the arch, but also standing room only so that fans can enjoy their food and drink and chit chat with their friends and also enjoy the game. Any fan in the ballpark can come up and party with us. You don't need a special ticket. So come on up to Budweiser Terrace on Friday nights. All of the information is located online at cardinals.com/Friday.
The Rawlings Experience is a one-of-a-kind attraction. It's a baseball superstore mixed with an interactive baseball exhibit. Major League Baseball and Cardinals Care gave some kids special access to the uniquely St. Louis venue in Westport Plaza.
Look right here, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's an MLB play ball event, and the kids get to come out and have an experience that they don't always have, and get that enrichment. We like it.
This is the kind of stuff they live for. I mean.
Yeah. So little on-field activities and get to see somebody, like Ozzie Smith is, I don't know, beyond exciting for a little 9 and 10-year-old. It's the best.
You need events like this to introduce the game, to kids and give them a chance, because, you don't see dads playing catch a lot anymore, granddads playing catch, so you would see them playing in the yards all the time. You just don't see it now. So you need these events to get those little guys out there throwing the ball around a little bit. Baseball is just that type of game that brings people together, and it just builds lasting relationships. I mean, a lot of my best friends now are my old baseball buddies, so baseball just kind of brings that out.
Anything that keeps baseball growing at this age group, right, I think is the best thing that can happen for America's pastime.
It's time for this week's trivia question. In what decade was a hot dog first served at a Cardinals game? The 1880s, 1890s, 1910s, or 1920s? Hear the answer when we return.
It's time for the answer to our trivia question. It's brought to us by Ford. Before the break, we asked during what decade was a hot dog first served at a Cardinals game? Here's the answer.
It's time to reveal the answer to this week's trivia question, brought to you by Ford. This week, we're talking about everyone's favorite ballpark snack. We're asking what year was the first hot dog sold at a Cardinals baseball game? The answer is 1890.
Hot dogs have been the quintessential cuisine at baseball games for well over a century. Every MLB stadium serves them, and many add their own unique twist to stand out. Now, it's still a topic up for debate, but it's believed the first person to introduce sausages to parks was Chris Vondera. He was the founder and owner of the St. Louis Brown Stockings. He came from German roots, so naturally he incorporated delicious frankfurters into baseball games. And many say the first hot dogs were served at Sportsman's Park, right here in St. Louis. Busch Stadium has everything from your traditional jumbo dog and brat to bacon-wrapped or topped with tasty pastrami. Backed by popular demand is the St. Louis Slinger Dog. There shouldn't be any trouble finding a hot dog at the ballpark because there are 27 different locations to choose from. On Friday nights, you can snag a $5 glizzy up in the Budweiser Terrace during Busch Stadium's Friday Night Live all season long. They are a necessity to any baseball game that's not only doggone delicious, but a tradition that's here to stay. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
Still to come on Cardinal Insider, we have more hot dog related content. Is ketchup a smoothie or a jam? The people need to know.
Ketchup is a who and a what?
All-inclusive food and drinks at Busch Stadium had us wondering, what if everything was all-inclusive? St. Louis Cardinals all-inclusive tickets are on sale now. Go to cardinals.com for more information.
You know, baseball is a serious game, but it also needs to be fun. We try to do our part to keep things loose with a segment we call Ask a Cardinal. Today, we're asking, is ketchup a smoothie or jam?
Ketchup is a who and a what?
Wait a minute.
Ew. What kind of question is that?
Is neither an option? Ketchup is neither a smoothie or a jam.
So technically, because tomato's a fruit, it has to be one or the other, doesn't it?
No, listen, I'm not gonna say if your argument is correct or not. I'm just gonna say that you're wrong. So actually, I am gonna say that.
I feel like it's a sauce, but for the sake of the question, maybe a jam?
I say more of a jam than a smoothie. Not a smoothie, so I guess a jam.
Say jam. Ketchup
It's a jam.
Jam, because it's got like a way thicker texture.
I say jam. I don't know. I like smoothies, and to think it's a smoothie kind of disgusts me a little bit.
Definitely not a smoothie. That's gross. That's disgusting.
More of a smoothie. I think jams are thicker, right? So ketchup's a little more runny.
I guess more smoothie. When I think of jam, I think chunky. So I guess I lean more on smoothie.
It's not a smoothie. I'm gonna have to go jam. I've never thought of ketchup as a smoothie or jam though. You just open up my mind or some things. I might have to go ponder that one, bro.
I would say more of a jam than a smoothie. Because I feel like if it's a smoothie, it's like getting mixed with other things. Like ketchup's just like tomato, right? So jam is just like a tomato jam.
How do they make it? Do they jam the tomatoes or do they smooth the tomatoes?
They jam.
Well, then it's a jam. Or is it pureed? It's pureed. It's a puree. It's a puree. That's the answer. It's a puree.
That's it for this episode. You can catch us online at 4 p.m. each Friday at cardinals.com/insider and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you right back here next week.